Hey, what up, people? Good afternoon from where I am, anyway. Sunny day here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Just on my break time, y'all know how I do it. I come on every now and again just to kick it with I for a little while and, see how I doing. Good weekend of boxing. I want to talk about, what's up, boxing God? How you doing, man? I want to talk about, for the first topic, for the first little topic, Jamel Charlo and Errol Spence. At first, there was some report that come out that PBC might be looking to peer the two of them together, Spence versus Ugas and Jamel Charlo in a for his undisputed against Castano on one card. Then it comes out that they said, nah, it's not gonna happen. And then Jamel Charlo said it's gonna happen, but nothing is has started to no negotiations, nothing yet. I find it interesting, first off, that PBC, when they said they were going to put the two of them on the same card, I said that's wise. But then when I saw that they maybe we're going to split them up, I said, well, I don't understand. And then Jamel Charlo for the Undisputed was going to be on free, well, quote unquote, free TV, which is on Showtime. Showtime is not free. Um, but then you're going to put Errol Spence on another card. I guess you're going to try to put Errol Spence on pay per view. I didn't understand. I don't think Errol Spence is no pay per view guy. And if Errol Spence versus your Denny Ugas, like, bro, that's a free Fox fight. I don't care what nobody says. The fact that you would put Jamel Charlo on a quote unquote free broadcast is disappointing. It shows you've done such a piss poor job at really building the Charlos. You try to pair them together, It didn't work, and now you have Jamel Charlo might fight on free TV for an undisputed fight. I guess this is why they say they don't have no promoter, because you have people like the Charlos who are very marketable people, and these guys, for an undisputed fight, it's on free TV. When your whole model is pay-per-view, building pay-per-view stars. So I don't really understand it. For an undisputed fight, it should be bigger than that. But that's how it goes. I'm not complaining. I don't have Showtime. And I wasn't going to buy the pay-per-view anyway. But it's just curious to me. Yeah, man. Boxing God, a real big weekend of boxing, man. I really had enjoyed watching some of the things then. That Joe Smith versus Vlasov fight, let me talk about that for a little while. Yo, a lot of people rate Joe Smith real high, right? I remember telling people that I think Callum Johnson would give Joe Smith that work. I'll have to find the stream again. I think it was on my stream where I said Callum Johnson would give Joe Smith that work. I think Callum Johnson and Joe Smith are about the same level. Joe Smith look real. Just Joe Smith is a basic hard working type boxer. He not special, but he gonna work. He gonna try. He gonna give a lot of effort. But he ain't no standout dude. If you let him catch you, of course, it's night maybe. But I mean, for the type of love that Joe Smith get, you would think that this man is some sort of real like special star. He not. Some people had the fight to draw. I don't know. It was close. Well, I honestly didn't even score it like that. I just kind of watched the fight and it was like, whatever for me. No, it's interesting to see what they're gonna do with Joe Smith because it's not like you can like keep him from fighting Beterbiev for now. Because what else you gonna do with Joe Smith? He ain't no big ticket seller. He ain't no guy you gonna put on pay-per-view. He ain't no main event dude. Joe Smith is there solely to transfer that WBO belt over to either Beterbiev or Dmitry Bivol. That's his job. He can just be the guy to move that belt to from his hands to the other hands. He's the package carrier. He's already lost to Bivol. And Bivol that fight between Bivol and Joe Smith was basically a sparring match for Dmitry Bivol. Joe Smith is just too basic for Bivol. I think Bivol is the best at light heavyweight. He's the best. I don't think Beterbiev is better than Dmitry Bivol. What's up, Red Glove Militant? But Joe Smith is just a guy who's going to transfer that belt over to whoever is the other champion. I guess it's going to be Beterbiev because what else are you going to do with Joe Smith? What else are you going to do? Anybody want to get in with me before I get off? 1-2 Kid, what's up? What's up, Chief? We just talking about a little thing here, 1-2. We on your boy Joe Smith. You know, the Joe Smith fight. I say Joe Smith is just gonna be the package carrier to get that WBO belt over to either Beterbiev or to Bivol. That dude, yeah. Joe Smith ain't gonna be no unified champion, bro. Yeah, he a package carrier. That's it. He gonna take that package over to Beterbiev, so Beterbiev can be a 3-belt unified champion. Is that what he is? He has the IBF and WBC, right? Yeah, he retired Vazdik. Is that his name? He retired Vazdik? Yeah, for the WBC. And he has the IBF. Anybody who want to get on with me. I don't mind the company. So yeah, man, he's gonna just take that belt over there and just give it up, bro. But it's interesting because him and Beterbiev might be a bit more technical than Joe Smith, but Beterbiev ain't no technical dude neither. So that might end up being a really good fight. Because we've seen Beterbiev get dropped by Callum Johnson. I told y'all Callum Johnson and Joe Smith is the same fight. What up?
What up, Iron Kong?
Hey, all good, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, doing good. Real quick, just want to say rest in peace to DMX.
Oh, yeah.
As far as Joe Smith is concerned, I think you're right. I don't see him being a unified champion. I think, I think he definitely has his limitations. But I also want to say some positive things about Joe Smith, though. I think Joe Smith is like this generation's, like, he has the potential to be like this generation's Mickey Ward. I think that's a good comparison for him. Somebody who, he came from working like a regular job, got into boxing, had some really good wins. I could see them making a movie. There was that movie, The Fighter, that was made about Mickey Ward. I could see something like that being done for Joe Smith. Joe Smith is no slouch. It's not to take anything away from him.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, but just like Mickey Ward, Mickey Ward had his limitations, but he still made some really good fights, some legendary wins, like He had that insane trilogy with Arturo Gatti, you know, and I think Joe Smith has that kind of potential, and maybe, and in some ways has even kind of superseded that. I don't think anybody saw him knocking B Hop out of the ring. You know, I don't think anybody thought that was going to happen.
Right.
Um, so, yeah, much respect to Joe Smith. It is what it is. He may not ever become a unified champion, but he's what I would consider like the people's champ. You know, you know he's or he was a construction worker. I think he's full-time boxing now, but you know, to come from that kind of background and to make it in the sport and to have a legend under his belt, not only beat him but you know knocked him out. I think he has quite the accomplishment. So Joe Smith has nothing to be ashamed of. If he never becomes unified, he's already done a lot of great things, in my opinion.
Oh, let me be clear. I think Joe Smith is a guy who you can root for because, as you said, he an average dude, right? He a guy who just Joe Smith is gonna try. He's gonna give all his effort. Yes, he's not gifted technically or whatever, but Joe Smith is a guy who is like you can't sleep on Joe Smith or he will knock you out,
Yep.
right? He's not one of these dudes who you can just, I wouldn't call him a gatekeeper because I think he will beat gatekeepers. Like people like Elita Alvarez, a gatekeeper. He beat that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he's above that. But he's unlucky that he has people in his division that are very gifted. He's unlucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But hey, Joe Smith is gonna be in some good fights, man. The problem is he's stuck in a division where not a lot of people really care about. Like people don't really care about the light heavyweight division. Like there's nobody that's gonna be like a big fight, like multi-million dollar glitz and glamour fight, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if he'll ever is he big enough to move up to cruiser, or you don't think so?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Is
I was trying
is
to get
is,
my headset.
is Joe Smith big enough to move to cruiser?
Possibly. I think he might be. He seems to be a pretty big guy. So I could see him possibly going to cruiser and having some successes. Um, cruiser does seem to be, not to say that it's a light division because it's not, but I don't think they have quite the kind of talent you have at light heavyweight.
Right.
So I he could possibly be more successful there. But Joe doesn't strike me as a guy who's looking for the easy road.
Right. Right.
So I think he's gonna try his hand, you know, at heavy or light heavyweight for a little bit longer. And I wouldn't mind see him making the move up and see what he's doing. Like Joe Smith, I respect him a lot more than some of these other guys who want to talk about A side and
Oh my God.
sides of the street, and you know he seems to be willing to fight anybody and everybody. So I think he's
Man.
just. Mhm.
The problem is when he's paired alongside somebody like Dimitri Bivol,
Mhm.
who Dimitri Bivol is not a KO artist. Dimitri Bivol is a guy who is really technical.
Uh-huh.
His flaws shine through a lot more, right? Like Dimitri
Mhm.
Bivol would really expose a lot of flaws in people because of his style. But not everybody's like a Bivol. Not everybody's like that. You know what I mean? So pairing him correctly, like I wonder, would Joe Smith beat somebody like Marcus Brown?
Mhm.
Marcus Brown over at PBC who keeps beating up his chicks. Him. Right? That guy. So
Kong, I gotta say, I love the flavor that you bring to your channel.
them real talk though.
It is real talk. I'm just saying, like you have very particular when you talk about uh like name. The one who's gonna fight Canelo. I'm drawing a blank.
You're breaking up bad. You're
Saunders.
breaking up bad. You're
Oh,
breaking up bad.
oh.
You're still there? You still there? Red Glove?
Better now?
It's better now. Better now.
Okay. So, what I was saying is, I just noticed like, and there's nothing wrong with it. When it's really something wrong with some of these guys' characters. I noticed like when some of these guys are unsavory, you definitely bring a very interesting spin. Like when you talk about Billy Joe Saunders.
Oh my God.
I love it though. I love it.
Billy Joe Sound out here trying to arrange possible hits with reporters. I'll arrange a flight for you to over to Dubai to meet with Mr. Keenahan. Then it was like, what? This man's people already threatened me. What are you talking about? Billy Joe, shut up. Yeah, so what's up, Tommy Temple? How you doing? Hey, Tommy, if you want to get on the link in the chat, if you want to get on with me, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about the weekend boxing. A lot of boxing happened this weekend. A lot of interesting things happened this weekend. But right now we're on Joe Smith. And Joe Smith, the hard-working, brick lane, driveway paving, union guy, you know what I'm saying, who had a rough fight with Vlasov. I mean, people were saying that this was supposed to be a draw. Like, they didn't see Joseph. Like, people were saying that they didn't see a clear winner. I didn't score the fight personally. I was just kind of watching the fight on and off because I was a bit sleepy because, you know, American cards come on a bit late for me. I'm an old man now. So, so it was kind of on and off for me. But people were saying, like, it's a draw. Like, you know, they don't have no clear winner in that fight. Did you watch the fight?
I haven't been able to watch the fights this weekend. Things have been kind of crazy for me. Like, actually, I'm gonna have to get off in a little bit because everything that could happen did happen. My girlfriend ended up back in the hospital. Then my car, I'm having problems with my car, so now I got to take my car to the shop. So yeah, but that's how life is, you know. Sometimes you just got shit. You don't have control over everything that happens. All I could do is roll with the punches. And now my dog is demanding attention from me.
Yeah,
Which
man.
he's gonna have to. He's gonna he's gonna have to deal with it though, because I got to go to the shop. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to see any of the fights this weekend.
Okay.
I mean, that's just been life, you know.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna try to catch up with him as soon as I can. But I just felt like I had to say that about Joe Smith. Like, I agree with you. He'll probably never be unified champ. Not at the light heavyweight division. But I do think that he's definitely somebody. I think he's a boxer we should support. You know, he's a hardworking man. To me, I think that's the best comparison I can make. He's like Mickey Ward, you know. He's already had some great fights. He's probably gonna give us some more great fights. And even if he never becomes a unified champion, I think he's definitely a boxer for it.
no doubt, man. No
But
doubt.
that's all I gotta
I
say.
do.
I'm gonna go ahead and go. Yeah.
No, go ahead, man. You do your thing, Red Glove Militant. You pet your dog at least, man. Pet your dog, man. You know, all the best to
I
you.
am. I'm petting him right now. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get going because I gotta take this car to the shop. But keep doing what you're doing, Iron Kong. Everybody, hit that like. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Do everything you can to support this man. He's the best boxing channel out of St. Kitts. I tell you right now, the best boxing channel to ever come out of St. Kitts is Iron Kong.
Yeah, number
right.
one. Yeah.
Right.
Peace.
Blessings to you, my
Yeah,
brother. Again, peace.
I'm blessed. I was a Red Glove Militant, having some car issues, petting his dog. You know, there's a lot going on in my guy life, man. So, you know, I want to wish him the best, and, you know, wish his lady the best, and hopefully the car is not nothing serious. I know how these car issues could be. You could, all of a sudden the car needs like a $500 pat. So I know how that could be, bro. So take it easy, my G, and peace to you and your family. Tommy Temple, what up, man? Hey, you need to get in here, Tommy Temple. There's some big stuff happening over in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Interesting though, I saw Jared Anderson knock out some pie. Tommy Temper, good day, sir.
Mr. Kong, how you doing?
Long time, man. How you doing, man? All right.
I've been very, very busy. I actually how do I describe this? I set up a video with some fantasy fights with some created boxers in a video game.
What?
I released the listen. I released the video yesterday, and you're on the bill.
Oh. Hey,
can I post it?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. One sec.
Yeah, man. What?
Now, if you go to 1 hour 55, that's the start of your fight. You don't have to look at it now. I'm just putting it out there.
No problem. I'll check it out. No problem. So we are UK boxing, man. It's interesting, right? That Jared Anderson knocked out one of his pies over at Top Rank. That's the news. That's the new American hopeful. And they asked him what he wanted to do next. He's like, well, I'm going to the UK because UK. I'm like, interesting that Jared Anderson is calling out UK guys. I've always been told that UK don't have no fighters.
Is it welterweight?
No, he's a heavyweight. He's the big.
Oh, he's a heavyweight. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So.
Well, unless he's after the look, realistically, he's only chasing AJ or Fury, and that's why he's saying UK. Because I can't think of any other reason, except for maybe a stadium fight.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But what's up with the UK boxing, man? Enough things happen on the matchroom card. Enough things. What's up, Justin Trouble? You got Conor Ben. Did you think that was an early stoppage? Did you see the fight? Tommy gone. Look like Tommy Temper gone.
Hello?
Hey, you there?
Oh, no, I don't know what happened. I was busy the whole weekend editing, so I haven't seen any of the fights.
Oh, okay. Well, Conor Ben made Sammy Vargas his victim, and he calls out Amir Khan. Now, Amir Khan, Conor Ben said, well, hey, let's have the Amir Khan fight. What's up? Let's have it. I mean, for him,
I would have more respect if he was to call it Kelbrook.
I think I agree with you. You know what I think though? I think either he was told not to call it Kelbrook because of Eddie and Kel's issues. Because Eddie is not giving Kelbrook no play. Like it's all about Amir Khan because Amir Khan and Eddie have whatever relationship. Still, Kelbrook does not.
Yeah, Kel's burnt those bridges.
Yeah, it looks like Eddie is dead serious about that too. It looks like that really pissed Eddie off. So I agree with you. If he had called out Kell Brook, it would have seemed, because I still think Kell Brook cleans out Amir Khan. Kell Brook still cleans out Amir Khan. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah. I never thought that Khan, even at his best, would beat Brook. I was thought Brook would get to him eventually.
Yeah, but he calls out Amir Khan, makes Sammy like. What is your opinion on Conor Ben if you've seen him fight? What is your opinion on him in general?
I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen the last two fights of his. But when I did see them, I'm going off memory now. He looked sharp, but did he have the ring IQ at the time? The question was still out. I'll have to have another look at him to see how much he's progressed.
I'm not gonna lie. The fight before this last fight, I was shocked because he just seemed much more refined, much more patient. That was against Formella. He just seemed like a different, like from when I saw him when he first came in, and he was so raw, and all he was doing was just swinging, hoping to stop the guy. It looks like he's really put in the effort. And what I like about Conor is that I think I said it yesterday, that he's the antithesis to someone like Chris Eubank, where he might have ability, but he's also willing to be trained, willing to be cornered properly. Chris Eubank does not. And I think that's impressive for someone who has that sort of background, that sort of let's say last name, because that could be rough for you, you know. So you should really check him out. It was a very impressive stoppage. People said it was early, but referees don't get enough credit because it's either too early or it's too late, right? It's never pleasing for anybody, you know. So if you get a chance, check it out. You there, Tommy?
I am. I think whenever I minimize the window, the audio stops working.
Oh.
For some reason, I don't know what that's about.
Are you multitasking?
I am always multitasking. You said Chris Eubank, but he cut his teeth in America, didn't he?
Who? Chris Eubank Jr.? No,
senior. Oh, who were you talking about, senior or junior?
I was talking about Chris Eubank Jr. because I was saying
junior. Oh, my bad.
Sons of those two famous boxers, you could see how they have taken different approaches to the sport. Where Eubank Jr. was unwilling to be trained, unwilling to be cornered, and he really didn't progress.
Yeah, but you got to put a lot of that onto his dad.
Okay.
Because come on, he's looking up to his dad. He's following instruction from his dad. His dad probably would have said, "No, son, we're going to be pioneers and we're going to do things differently." I mean, you look at the whole Triple G fight. I blame the pops for the failure of that fight.
What happened with that fight? Why didn't that fight?
They priced themselves out. They got greedy. They made so many demands like they were international superstars, but they weren't. They were just homegrown talent. That's it. And literally, Senior was trying. I think he tried to double the tickets of the price of the tickets, and then there was all sorts of bullshit going on. I can't even remember the rest of it, but it just sounded like a money grab. Yeah, that's it basically in a nutshell. They just got greedy. Why did that? But did Eddie Hearn pull the plug on that fight? Why did it fall apart?
I don't know. It just as you said, it just seemed like, you know, they were unwilling to send a contract, and it just went nowhere. Remember, I'm pretty much new to. I wasn't really onto UK boxing until Eddie started coming over more to my market. So I really wasn't onto stuff like that. Like I would watch maybe a little IFL interview here and there, but I couldn't see the fights and stuff like that.
Oh, and the other thing I said while I was sort of had an audio blackout is that UK refs, in my opinion, have a track record of stopping fights early and protecting the fighter.
Okay.
So anytime there's a fight in the UK, always look out for that.
No.
Always look out for the home cooking.
It's just you know, I don't know if a referee can win. It's either too late or it's too early. I don't know if a referee can win at all. Right? But Vargas was being victimized. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was like, dude was uppercutting him on the ropes. But maybe it could have been an 8 count, you know, but the referee said stop it. You know, so well, now I've seen your guy, Tyson Fury, now being all optimistic about the fight with Anthony Joshua. You know, it's weird, right? That Tyson Fury has been so negative and so pessimistic about this fight, so down. I have never seen nothing. And as soon as Anthony Joshua says, "Nah, we got the offer," all of a sudden Tyson Fury cheers up. This guy has like 2 old school powerful promoters working for him, but it all seems to be on Eddie Hearn. I'm not understanding. He has like a way bigger team. Who's this? 1-2 Kid.
Yeah, but you got to think about it this way. I mean, from a business point of view, Eddie Hearn was the first one to get his hand in the pie, and then Bob Aaron was second. So
well, hold on. Are you saying my guy at Queensberry is not a major? I like Frank Warren, so I don't.
did I say Eddie Hearn? Well, sorry, I meant Frank Warren.
1-2 Kid.
What up, Carl, man? How you doing, man?
They all good,
I was
man.
on the road. I would have hopped down sooner, but we on the road. We was traveling, man. We traveling back home, so
You
had a
went
long trip. Yeah, we took off, man. We went down south for a while.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that, brother. That's all right.
I caught some of the fights though. SA was hosting the Joe Smith fight. I thought Joe Smith got edged out. I thought the dude beat him.
Wow.
Yeah, I did. But not everybody. I could see it being a draw, and I could see people having Joe Smith win. I just felt like the guy dictated the fight, was piecing him up through most of the fight. He got hurt a couple times. He had Joe Smith, reeling here and there against the ropes a lot. It was a good fight, man. I enjoyed it. I just, I don't know. I kind of agree with you on the fact that, I don't know if Joe Smith is going to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? He might just reached it. He might have capped out where he's at. But, styles make fights, and he's always coming to fight. He's still got a punch, so he's going to make for an exciting fight no matter what fight he's in.
No doubt. Because I did hear people say that he lost, and I've seen people saying that the fight was a draw. I really wasn't scoring the fight like that, right? But yeah, so it just seemed like, to me, Joe Smith is somebody, because a lot of people like Joe Smith. And I remember taking offense when I said Callum Johnson would give Joe Smith that work, because I think both of them are the same guy. Guys who are not very supremely technical. The guys who are really hard-working fighters, and you can't sleep on them, right? Because they will knock you out if you fall asleep. They'll get you, right?
Right.
But Joe Smith, to me, is just gonna pass the belt over to whoever is next.
Oh wow.
To whoever is if he fights another champion, he passes the belt over. That's his job.
Oh wow.
Right?
That's
His
crazy.
job is.
I don't know, but hey, Calm, there's a lot of intangibles in that fight, because you got to keep in mind the guy he was fighting came back. He came down from cruiser, so he was a bigger guy too.
Right.
So a lot of people don't take that into consideration. So, but Joe Smith was still rocking him. He still had the punch. So I mean, there was a lot of things that went into that fight. But I just, I like Joe Smith, but I just don't feel like he got that dub. I feel like, they kind of just gave it to him. But I'm not saying it's a robbery. I just feel like I felt like his opponent did more.
Okay.
That's my take.
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying completely. And I appreciate people like Joe Smith, but as I was telling Red Glove Militant, when you pair somebody like Joe Smith with a very technical guy, it's gonna make him look bad. Like when he was with Bivol used Joe Smith like a sparring partner.
Yeah, Bivol gave him that work.
Yeah, it was just like a sparring match for Bivol, right?
Yeah, we was at that fight, huh, babe? Yeah, I was at that fight.
Were you?
That was a good fight. Yeah, that was a good fight.
Oh. Yeah, so it just depends on who you pair Joe Smith with. You can't put him with somebody who's very technical. Otherwise, it's just going to expose his flaws more. Right?
Yeah.
Like
I think he wasn't in this fight though. It was kind of like he wasn't setting nothing up. He had moments where he was doing good stuff, but then he would just stop and just try to get him out of there with one shot. And it's like, just counting on that power. I feel like he didn't fight. He didn't have a good game plan, and his eyes swelled up real early in the fight too, so that didn't help him. Because dude just came out piecing him up, jabbing the shit out of him, and he was fighting. Yeah, it was good. It was worth a watch. If you didn't watch the whole thing, it's worth a rewatch. I got to rewatch it, but like I said, I was traveling. I want to rewatch it again. But that's how I had it. You know what I'm saying? But you
Well,
think he's just gonna pass? He go pass the belt off if he steps up against like one of the A+ guys?
yeah, I think if he fights Better Beef, he's hold on, Tommy, you there?
Yeah, it's me.
Is there another you in the
Yeah, it's me. It's me. I'm going to try something. Don't worry, I'll put it on mute.
Oh, hold on. Okay, I thought you had a troll. My bad.
No.
Tommy Temper's everywhere.
Yeah,
Subscribe, guys. He's all over the place. He's
yeah.
worldwide out here.
But like, okay, like a fight with him on Better Beef, I think will be a good fight. I think Better Beef is a bit more technical than him. But both of them are not really technical. Like me personally, because you see, I think Bivol is the best at 175. I think he's the king, right? But him and Joe Smith and Better Beef would be a better fight than Joe Smith versus Bivol again. That's my opinion, right? It's two guys whose ultimate plan is to knock you out, right? So
Yeah.
Better Beef would give Joe Smith more opportunities to get to him.
You know what I noticed though, Carl?
Yeah.
I don't think Joe Smith ain't that great on his back foot. That's what I noticed. Yeah, like if you push him back, and I think usually he's a good guy in there, and he got pushed back a lot in that fight. So it kind of just shelled up a little bit. He was still trying to launch shots, but I don't know. I think it'd be a fun fight. Him and oh man, who's that dude from Canada? I'm trying to think of his name. The other light heavy.
Pascal?
Yeah, Pascal. Those guys, man.
Like heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that beat is it Tarver? No, not Tarver. The guy who beat Tarver.
Pascal just beat Marcus Brown the other day. Bivol beat Pascal though, but that would be because Pascal is, he gonna swing. He ain't no technical dude.
Right. He gonna try to catch you between punches too.
Yeah, that would be a good fight. But Pascal is over at PBC holding a regular belt.
Oh yeah.
Well, PBC love the regular belts.
So what you think about Boots though, Icon?
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The guy has good skill.
Yeah.
I didn't rate him before, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the kid can fight. Like the dude can really fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel the same way.
Like before, I was like, man, you ain't, you beating up these pies, you know what I'm saying? Lipinets ain't no wall beater, but Lipinets also can beat other people.
Yeah.
Or he give them fights. And I was like, how he handled Lipinets was so thorough. Handled him.
Yeah. He did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, you have to make these guys look like they're not supposed to be in the ring with you. That's what he did.
Yeah. I called it too. I was like, that's it. I was like, but I didn't think I would be impressed with the fight, even if it was a stoppage, but the way he stopped him, I actually was. Because I think Lipinets is just kind of like a blown up 140 guy. Like, he don't belong at 147, like Mikey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was much smaller.
So his frame is smaller. I'm not saying that he ain't got the skill to compete, because he does. And I'm not trying to take away anything from Boots' win, but Boots got those attributes. So he's like 5'10", right? He's got like a 74-inch reach and shit. So it's like those things help. But the way he knocked him out, the way he hit him with the uppercut, like set him up with the uppercut and then threw the right hook while he launched the left hook while he was blinded, I thought that shit was kind of dope. I was like, yo, that's some good shit right there. Like, you don't see that a lot.
I agree. That was some good stuff. Tommy, you still there, bro? Anything you want to say?
No, because I have to watch the highlights still of the weekend's fights.
Okay. Yeah, man. So, hey, 1-2 kid though. What you think of Conor Ben though?
To be honest with you, I didn't catch it. I seen like a little clips here and there. I gotta watch him. I don't know enough about him to really like gauge anything about him or to compensate. Otherwise, I kind of be bullshitting. I don't
Right.
want to
Okay,
do
no
that.
problem. No problem. Let's leave that. Well, let me talk about Daniel Dubois, who comes out saying he wants to fight Dillian White because Dillian White shit on him and call him a quitter. Now, Dillian White got on Daniel Dubois because Daniel Dubois got gassed up by Frank Warren before the Joe Joyce fight, saying, "Oh, you know, I'll put Daniel in there now with Dillian White and what Daniel would do," and you know, Daniel went along with it. So now he's back, and Dillian also gave Daniel heat because of Frank Warren's reaction to when he lost to Povetkin. Daniel Dubois is now saying how he would do this and that to Dillian White. You think Daniel Dubois is ready for Dillian White, bro?
I think you got to punch his chance, and I think that's as far as it goes. I think Dillian White will give him the business, but it's the heavyweight division, you know.
Hey.
And he's a big boy, so I mean, if he lands a good shot, you could probably get him out of there. But I would definitely lean towards Dillian White, like on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this guy he ain't seasoned. He ain't seasoned enough. He ain't been in there with the top notch guys. And when he was in there with a guy, you know what I mean, that you know was on his level or above, he got iced with a jab. You know, so yeah, man, no way. I think Dillian White's the real deal, and if he ain't washed from all these wars he's getting in, I definitely take Dillian White in that fight.
Tommy, Daniel Dubois saying he want to fight Dillian White, bro.
Daniel Dubois is licking windows.
Licking windows.
He didn't even win his last fight against. Let's face it. Was he 36? His opponent.
Joyce? Yeah, Joyce not a
Yeah,
young man.
Joyce. Yeah, he's older. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 35, 36. So he's on the decline. If he could beat someone who's on the decline that had limited skills, what he's got no chance.
He got beat by a guy that fought him in slow motion.
No.
Yeah, but the thing is, those two couldn't exactly get out of each other's way. It wasn't exactly a technical fight. It was more of a thug sport.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And when Dubois got pressed, it was over.
Yeah. Do you think White is good enough now to beat AJ?
I don't know. Depends on which AJ shows up and which Dillian White shows up.
Man, I think anything over Dillian White. What? Listen, Dillian White is still like, you know, even in that Povetkin fight, you could still see him like swinging kind of wildly, like, you know, whatever. There's just certain things about Dillian that's not going to change. Okay? And Anthony Joshua is still a better fighter than Dillian White. I don't care what.
Oh, yeah.
Technically, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
he's bigger too. He's bigger too. You know, I think he got a bit more
he's not
power.
heavier anymore though, because AJ. Well, if AJ keeps his weight, what's it about 235, 240? White's anywhere between 250 and 260 now.
Yeah, Dillian has gotten bigger. Yeah, but Dillian is better conditioned now for his weight.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I would say so.
One thing I always thought about Dillian was I thought he was always a naturally left-handed writer, not fighter, left-handed, because if up to about 3 fights ago, when you saw him throw the right, it looked horrible. I mean, it looks so clumsy. It's got a lot better now. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but he's come on leaps and bounds. So I always thought he was a naturally left-handed fighter fighting in an orthodox stance. Watch his right hand in his early fights. It's shocking. I actually think my right hand's better than his used to be.
So,
hey, man,
what I'm hearing about Conor Bennis is he looked like it was a step up fight for him though. Like he's more polished now. He looks sharper. That's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, I mean, even in the Formella fight before this fight, he just looks like he's been putting in a lot of work, like really, really working. Then
What,
after
on the finer things?
he just looks like watch his early fight, then watch the Formella. He don't look like the same fighter.
Yeah.
He just been working really hard, and he made this big
Yeah,
event.
but do you guys not think this, when you see like now I am going to lead on to this, so give me about 30 seconds, but normally in a fighter's career, it's normally early you can spot the talent, right? In most guys, and you can see a sort of steady progression, right? See probably about 3 or 4 fights before Fury fought Klitschko, I thought he was garbage, and I do mean garbage. I didn't think he moved around the ring very well. I thought I just thought the way he punched, it was too amateurish and more for points. But then he actually showed that he had levels that he kept in reserve, or he hadn't shown before. And it's until a fighter actually shows you all their repertoire can you get a proper measure of it. Not in every fight will they show you everything that they can do.
I agree. I think Conor, though, in his early fights, like I wasn't high on Conor. I just thought he was just overhyped and a guy who was just going to try, right?
Writing on his daddy's name.
Yeah, of course, but he just seemed like the type of guy who wants to perfect his own craft, and I respect that a lot. But he looks like he's been putting in that effort, and he looks like he's showing more and more. He called out Glass Chin Khan, and of course, Amir Khan is not interested in that fight. Why would he be? You don't want to get cleaned out by some prospect, right?
Khan needs to retire. Let's be honest. He's made more than enough money. I don't even know why he's sticking around.
Of course, he wants the last payday. I heard he had a big wedding for his, and spent a lot of money on that, so he has to make back some of that money.
You would have thought he would have bought a chin by now, but I guess he can't.
If only.
But you know what would be a good fight for Ben, though? You know what would be a good fight for Ben? And a decent payday, a realistic fight? Him and Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
Right? They both 147, no?
Well, we don't know where Josh Taylor going to be because I think he's leaving the weight class after he was embarrassed by Avanesian.
Where's he going to go?
154?
154.
What? Oh, man. Yeah, that's the ass backwards, man. Yeah.
Too small.
Oh, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea, man.
The problem is with Josh Kelly, and I mean, if anybody has heard me talk about Josh Kelly, I have no regard for Josh Kelly's ability to be productive in the pros. I think Josh Kelly is terrible. He fights like somebody who should be better than he really is. Hands down, shucking and diving, right? The problem is that style of fighting takes a lot of energy. And that's his problem. He gets tired really quick. But his style of fighting, because he's shucking and jiving and doing all this nonsense, it takes a lot of energy. He'll look good early. If he can't stop you early, but the mid rounds he's done. That's what Avanesian did. He couldn't stop Avanesian. Right? But I don't know if they're going to make him fight 147 again because maybe they think because he's cutting weight, it's affecting his...
They'll help his stamina. But what they got to keep in mind is he's not really known as a big puncher now. So if he moves up to 154, they got better resistance. And they're bigger. They punch harder. You know what I mean? They'll push you around more. And if you got stamina issues now, I don't think it's a good move, man. I don't think it's a good move at all. Like, he's running
wild
some
boy.
fire. Yeah, he needs that for me. One of them tacos.
Dodgy taco.
Yeah, right. Need one of them. I mean, I don't think he's a bad fighter. I think he got a talent. I think that he just didn't put in the work to get it to where he thinks it is. You know what I mean? Like he believes that he's already there, and he got a lot of work to do. It's like you can't just go from A to Z. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm good now. He thinks he's better than what he is. And until he figures that out, he's gonna continue to look bad when he steps up in competition. That's my take on him.
Tommy Temper, Josh Kelly.
I think he should retire.
Oh wow. You you think Josh Kelly's done?
No, not done, but I think he's peaked. And realistically now, it's just going to be a money grab, and it's you know you're not going to go really going for the glory at this point in your career. You're trying to cash out, which is fair enough. But from a fan's point of view, you're not going to see the best fights at this point.
Maybe he can have a good domestic career. You don't think he could be a domestic
Yes,
guy?
yes. No, I totally get that, and the UK loves their domestic clashes. I mean, all you have to do is look at Frotch Groves 2. I mean, that did best part of 80,000 in Wembley, and I think that was the first stadium fight in a long time. I think it was.
Was that the famous I sold out 19,000 at the Wembley Arena
in front of 50,000 or 80,000 fans? Even cut Floyd Mayweather off and was like, I know exactly what you're talking about, being in front of 80,000 fans in Wembley. I was like, this dude, he does not let that shit go. That was his peak, man. He knows it, too. He's going to let the world know for the rest of his life that he fought at Wembley in front of 80,000 motherfuckers.
Did anybody actually notice that Frotch got his nose fixed after he retired?
No, I didn't notice that. Did he?
Yeah, it's nice and straight now.
Hey, the man is not getting smashed in no more, so might as well. But Josh Kelly, Josh Kelly can have a good career, man. I mean, at domestic, but I don't think Josh Kelly is he ain't no world-class dude. I don't like how his fighting style. I think it was it EJ Boxing who told me it's how Adam Booth trains his fighters, hands down, that sort of style. Well, that don't work for Josh Kelly. That don't work for him.
It works better for some fighters than it does for others. I mean, if you've got power, that style is really effective. But if you don't, forget about it.
Yeah, it worked for Frotch.
No,
just not his nose.
No, but the thing is, Frotch wasn't trained by Adam Booth.
Well,
it's Rob McCracken, I think.
Was David Hay?
Was
David Hay an Adam Booth guy?
Yeah.
That explains it. Yeah. But David Hay had power. He could knock you out, right?
So, yeah, power.
Josh Kelly don't have no goddamn power. And I would think after the Ray Robinson fight and then the Latino guy who he fought in America again, they would have known, okay, something needs to change here.
Yeah, and I think that's the point he was touching on earlier. It's a good point, is that if he's gonna be an ambush fighter and be in and out, he gotta do that all night. And if he's having stamina issues, that's a problem, man. Because if that's gonna be your style, you gotta move all night. And if he moves up to 154, he definitely gotta move all night.
You got people cutting down from like light heavyweight to 154. You got
man. Some big dudes, man.
A lot of them people should be at 160, bro.
Oh yeah, you better believe it. Yeah, and we got a lot of fighters at 147 that don't really belong there.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Boots and fucking Spence.
But hey, if you can make the weight, that's a talent too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sure is. Yep.
Don't
you sign the contract. That's your ass.
It's the same with the cruiserweight division. Oh no, sorry, not cruiserweights. A lot of them, they pile on the pounds to make more money at heavyweight.
Right. Isn't that what Brady says? Brady says he's going to heavyweight, but you know. Whatever, man.
So, quick question: is the WBC? Are they still bringing out their Bridger belt?
Hell yeah, Rivers and whoever is going to fight for the belt. Rivers and some guy, and Bryant Jennings.
Oh, the vegetarian.
Yeah, they're gonna run it back.
He was actually in that documentary. what was that documentary all about vegetarian diet called Game Changers? It's on Netflix. It's actually very good.
Hey, I tried to go vegetarian with my lovely wife. And I think one was on a stream with me when I had to smuggle in. No, I
You're smuggling subs in the bushes, trying to take out the trash all the time.
it was bad, Tommy. It was bad. It was bad.
It was tough times for Kong, man. He
It
gave
was
it
bad.
a shot though. He gave it a shot.
I ate the turkey sandwich. It was a really nice turkey sandwich too. And I ate the turkey sandwich. And I normally don't like turkey because I find the meat really coarse. But I don't know. I went to the store. It looked so good there in the plastic wrap. I got the turkey sandwich, and I was in the house and I had the lights off.
He was out there hiding the hero.
And I ate the sandwich, right? And I took the trash out the night so she wouldn't see the wrapper. So that was my vegan experiment, and it went bad.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. Hey, yo, Carl, Temper, I got to get going, man. It was always,
Yeah,
it's
man.
always a pleasure
get off
chopping it up with
anyway.
you guys. But I
I'ma get
appreciate you for having me on, man. If you guys ain't subscribed to these guys, man, go ahead and do that, man. And Red Glove Militant. Everybody enjoy your day. And keep enjoying boxing, man.
Peace out, one.
Appreciate that.
I'm going to get off, man. Thank you for coming on with me, brother.
Cool.
Later, guys.
Do me a favor, check out a video for me, please.
Will do. Hey, subscribe to 1-2 Kid and Tommy Temper. Peace out to y'all. Y'all have a nice day.
Peace. Go on.
Peace,
Temper.
See you.